Bill Jacobson, CompuTennis, aggressive air margin. You need to know your aggressive air margin. Top players in the world, my opinion is, many of them don't know their aggressive air margin. When you go to the net, certainly you can be passed, you can be lobbed, you can miss the ball. It's like in football, when people throw the football, three things can happen. Two of them are bad. It could be an incompletion, or it could be an interception. But yet, football teams still take the risk and throw the football. It's fun to study different sports, but in tennis, your aggressive air margin, you can go to the net, and you get past a third of the time, and you're doing great. Your aggressive air margin is at the net winning 2 out of 3 points. 2 out of 3 turns into 4 out of 6, 8 out of 12, 16 out of 24. I wrote an article one time, it was published, Dear Mr. Roger Federer, Sir. The first time he played Nadal at the French, he went to the net 17% of the time, and he won 73% of the points. Well, I don't think we can criticize Roger Federer, but we just want to ask the question, does he know his own numbers? When Ivan Lendl was the #1 tennis player in the world, his own numbers indicated that he was very, very successful when he went forward. But his inner belief system was that he was stronger from the baseline. When a junior goes to the net and they get passed, many times they don't go in for another month. We're always telling players, when you lose a point, have it be in a point-ending situation. But put some of these things together, like Carlos Goffey's green light points. When someone's ahead 40-love, 30-love, 40-15. But anyway, your aggressive air margin, that's just something that has to be in the top 20 points when you start talking to tournament players about statistics, tactics, your aggressive air margin. You played 100 points, and you didn't go to the net very often. It's like years ago, people say, well, Chris Evert, she never went to the net. She won 125 matches in a row. That's not true. Chris Evert won Grand Slam tournaments playing doubles. But if you watch two baseline players, and I always tease audiences that if I'm doing a workshop, a clinic, and say, okay, look at this end of the court, look at this end of the court, look at player A, player B, and we have people practice being a tennis audience where they're just watching the ball. Well, if you watch a baseliner play 20 points, and on the average they're hitting 20 balls in a rally, that's 400 times you're going like this. But it's amazing how baseline players are at the net far more than we think. So we have a tendency to typecast someone and say, oh no, they're just a baseliner. But baseliners can go to the net and go to the net often. So it's a percentage of points that you go to the net based on the percentage of points that you play. And then what's your effectiveness at the net? How many points do you win? But your aggressive air margin is 2 out of 3 points at the net.